Hello and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am the Crushinator and I will be your caster for this evening's matchup between the Season 9 Division D champions, your math teachers, and Witch Rhythm. These teams are rearing and ready to go. Draft already started. Let's take us over to the map screen real quick to let you know where this match stands. Battlefield of Eternity, Braxis Holdout, Volskaya Foundry, and Alterac Pass are banned out for this series. And it will be Witch Rhythm taking us to Cursed Hollow for game number 1. Let's join the draft and see what we can see. Your math teachers do have first pick. They are first to act. Cursed Hollow, very large map. Sometimes we see some Abathur comps, maybe some long-range poke and soak. It's going to be ETC banned away. ETC is still very strong right now. Enables a lot of dive. The Encore talent, even nerfed down to 6%, still quite strong. Not too surprising to see that taken away. I am interested whether to see Abathur's going to come into play here on Cursed Hollow, though. Because you can definitely pull off some funky strats with that one. Striker3312, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the show, having a good day. Imperius is going to be banned away by Witch Rhythm. On a map like Cursed Hollow, where wave clear is, it's important but not super important, and there's not a lot of double soaking going on, Imperius can absolutely hold his own in lane and not get overpowered by the likes of, Leoric or Rexar, people like that. So definitely smart ban there by Witch Rhythm. Your math teacher's taken out Li Ming, wanting to eliminate the ranged poke, the flank opportunities coming in from the Chaldeum Wizard. Final ban in the opening phase here for Witch Rhythm. They've taken a solo laner off the board. Got a definite smattering of bans here. We've got the Bruiser, we've got the Tank, we've got the Mage. Let's see what else they want to take off the table here. It is going to be Malfurion. Malfurion played a lot by Rikuhime last season, though definitely has the breadth of hero pool to flex around. As we see, Inti is going to grab Diablo first pick here on Cursed Hollow. And that does leave a pretty wide world of tanks open for Witch Rhythm. They're going to have to be careful, though, because if they don't take Deckard now, that's a pretty strong combo with Diablo. We'll see what they want to pick up in their first two spots here. It's going to be Kael'thas coming in for Real Rad Dad, and Matt407 is taking the Grey main, so locking in their 2 main damage right off the bat, leaving their options open. I'm interested to see whether Rikuhime ends up on the Deckard or if they've got something else in mind. Deckard's still very strong after that Ruby nerf, and most commonly paired alongside Diablo. It's actually going to be a Rhaegar pick coming out from Rikuhime, and Coyote Stark is going to be taking Sonya into the solo lane. Night Night, it's the Doctor. How you guys doing today? Witch Rhythm thinking about their next ban, looking at a possible Bloodlust staring down at the other side. Though Rhaegar, Ancestral's still good. They haven't belied their comp just yet, still 2 DPS spots to lock in. It is going to be a Vala ban. Vala, pretty strong alongside the Bloodlust, if that's the way your math teachers is going to go. Johanna taken away. This is feeling Bloodlust so far, especially if they're banning away the control and blinds of Johanna here. So Witch Rhythm is going to have to think about how they're going to react to this. Sometimes we see a Stukov controlling space. May is pretty good at slowing down the insane advance of the Bloodlust. Not a lot of space for Falstad, but you could kind of fit one in there if you needed to. Instead, it's going to be Arthas and Whitemane coming out for Witch Rhythm. Whitemane definitely a very strong catch in the healer position with either heroic, really. CCS Heroes, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate the support. Hemzes and Kuzan picking up Zeratul and Tassadar in the last 2 spots here. Tassadar Very, very strong still, even post-nerf, and Zeratul, well, you know, there's a lot of distance between the lanes, can absolutely help out on camp captures, harassing the lanes, getting some, you know, some off-lane soak. Strong pickup here from MZES. Blitz thinking about the last pick here. It's going to be a Nubarak, so it's going to be an Arthas, looking like an Arthas offlane and a Nubarak main tank. Very interesting comp here. Got big slows, stuns, a lot of catch from Whitemane. Kael'thas has the stun as well. Interested to see how these two teams are going to stack up. I think the burden of execution might be on Witch Rhythm, but we'll see. Maybe they can execute. Cursed Hollow, game number 1 between your math teachers and Witch Rhythm. Let's get into it. Alrighty, we are loaded into Cursed Hollow. On the left in the blue is your math teachers, with Inti playing the Diablo, Rikahime on the Rhaegar, Kuzan playing Tassadar, Coyote Stark on the Sonya, and MZES on the Zeratul. On the right in the red, we have Witch Rhythm with Real Rad Dad on the Kael'thas, Matt 407 playing the Greymane, Zloth on Arthas, Blitz playing Anubarak, and Tudimos on Whitemane. Here we go, game number 1 underway here in this Division C East matchup. Tassadar is still going to be looking for those Q stacks. Yeah, just double checking that. It was looking like a solo lane quest there for a moment. Kael'thas looking for those globes, and Arthas going with the Frostmourne build. Just looking to brawl in that solo lane versus the Sonya. So we see our teams working on this mid lane clear before heading off to the solos. Looks like Sonya heading to the top lane, Zeratul in the bottom, Witch Rhythm still thinking about their rotations. Looks like Sloth will head on up there to match Sonya. Midwave has been cleared, Greymane will be going versus Zeratul in the bottom lane. Zeratul looking to interrupt this rotation to try to make sure Matt 407 picks up as little of his experience as possible. Looks like one globe was denied. Inti coming up to try to aid Coyote Stark in the top lane. Your math teacher's right on top of this siege camp right at minute 1. Very nice, crisp map timing there coming out from the Rhaegar player. Oh, Tassadar actually blown up in the middle lane. Taken out by Blitz and Real Rad Dad, and that is first blood in this game number 1. Matt 407, strong wave clear here at the start versus Zeratul. Looks like Coyote Stark coming in to help out Rikahime for a second. Gonna go ahead and cap that off. Greymane headed back to start the siege camp for Witch Rhythm. Looks like the teams will once again be clashing towards the mid lane. Rikahime thinking about the Bruiser camp. Wants to get over there, can't do it alone. It looks like MZES is going to be heading over there to help it out. Getting the double camp capture before this first curse. Sloth is going to have to battle it out here in the top lane to try to take out this siege camp so they can report to objective. Luckily, the objective is in the top lane, so Arthas won't have to go far. Be interesting to see who from your math teachers stays in the bottom lane to clear this out. I'm guessing it would be Zeratul. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Coyote Stark pushing out Sloth a little bit. And here we see Witch Rhythm with the same set of camp priorities. It's going to be pushing the Bruiser lane up the middle. Zeratul waiting for a possible gank onto Real Rad Dad. Inti out there as well. Does get the flip. Zeratul looking for the gank. Oh, a very nice double stun coming out from Kael'thas. Means Real Rad Dad gets to survive, but does have to use the tap. Matt 407 trying to clear out this Bruiser camp that's already on top of the mid walls of Witch Rhythm. Coyote Stark and Rikahime thinking about a gank onto Arthas. Looks like Zeratul's actually going to leave that camp in the bottom lane. We'll see how long this fight goes, but that camp could get some serious value if this delay goes on too much longer. Tassadar still looking to clear this bruiser camp in the middle lane. Blitz coming up from below. Sloth is now jumped on by your math teachers, going down to about half health. Inti catching Blitz on the flank. Double stun onto Rikahime from Blitz, and that's going to be Rhaegar going down first. Coyote Stark is really in the thick of it, but is slowed by Arthas. Sonya can't get away. That's 2 kills for Witch Rhythm. Guzan looking for another interrupt, but will have to back out. Matt 407 diving on top of the Protoss. And that's a first pickup for Witch Rhythm. Taking a look, checking back in with the siege camp. It looks like one giant still alive. Not getting as much done as I would have expected, but working on that cannon tower. Taking a look at the experience, about an extra 1,400 experience from those 3 hero kills over on the side of Witch Rhythm. Pretty even on the minions and the mercenaries though, so good macro coming out from both sides, making sure that they're as even on experience as possible here in the early going. So far, Greymane topping the charts on hero damage for Witch Rhythm, and Sonya slapping around Arthas a little bit in the top lane with nearly 6,000 hero damage. Blitz trying to control these rotations from Zeratul, trying to keep Sonya trapped in that top lane. Looks like your math teachers trying to rotate around a little bit. Kael'thas just kind of stuck down there in the bottom lane, trying to get that soak. Diablo looking for a possible gank onto Zeratul, but Real Rad Dad is playing very, very carefully. Staying right behind those walls, not wanting to give up a kill before this next objective. Rikahime and Kuzan working on these camps once again. It looks like Tudimos and Matt 407 going to be doing the same. Though still another minute and a half until the bruiser camps are going to come up. So it will be just the off-lane push with those siege camps. Witch Rhythm committing the entire team back to that camp. I don't think they're going to have the interrupt here. Nope, it's going to be a free cap here for your math teachers, so that's 1-1 on the curses. Sloth trying to extend the experience lead, trying to let this lane push in, let those orbs expire. Coyote Star currently in the mid lane. It looks like your math teacher's making a gutsy call onto boss. I don't think Witch Rhythm sees this one coming. Anubarak is coming down to check. Blitz will see the attempt. There's the wall from Tassadar, the stun from Inti. Level 10s are here. Real Rad Dad trying to get onto the point, but not enough members are here for Witch Rhythm, and your math teachers picks up a cheeky boss before level 10s are available. 10 is here for Witch Rhythm, though. We see the Cocoon, we see the Divine Reckoning coming out for Whitemane. Cursed Bullet for Greymane, Phoenix from the Kael'thas, and there's a stun onto Matt 407. A nice flip on by Inti, using the Gladiator's Medallion to avoid the second stun, but will not avoid the Cocoon. Diablo stuck in lane here. It looks like Sloth is trying to stop Rhaegar from rotating around for this save. Diablo's going to go down here. Arthas still thinking about that heroic choice, coming in for the stun en route onto Rikahime. Very nice control there from Witch Rhythm. They're going to pick up this third curse, or second curse for them. They are now up 2-1 on these points. Arthas still thinking about that heroic choice. But your math teachers are going to go ahead and grab this camp, and they have picked up their heroics. It is a Bloodlust comp, paired with the Apocalypse, the Wrath of the Berserker, the Void Prison, and the Archon. So expecting a big Bloodlust combo to charge onto Witch Rhythm and try to pick up those kills early in these fights. But there's a lot of slowing down, there's a lot of stuns on the side of Witch Rhythm to try to upset that rhythm. And go with just Witch Rhythm. Not Fast Rhythm, just Witch Rhythm. That was bad. Blitz using the Q, slow the rotations once again, barrel charge to get out. Sloth no longer has a wall here, so we'll be a little bit more vulnerable to these ganks in the top lane. Looks like Mzaz is controlling vision in this bush. Rest of Witch Rhythm just clearing out this bruiser camp as fast as possible, but with only 4 seconds till the spawn, your math teacher's absolutely controlling this point. There's the stun onto Anubarak. Cursed Bullet goes out onto Diablo. Tank is put in the Cocoon, and Witch Rhythm is all over the backline of your math teachers. Matt 407 having to get out of there. There's the Divine Reckoning, but Anubarak is going to go down first. Sloth trying to flank, did choose that Army of the Dead. Matt 407 is taken out. That's 2 kills for your math teachers. Coyote Stark isn't done. Real Rad Dad not hitting the stun, but it looks like Tudimos has enough healing to evade the Sonya. We are now 2-2 on these curse points. Mikahime trying to save this mid lane tower. That will be taken out. Top right boss is available. Zloth just heading on up here to check on it. But your math teachers has retreated to the siege camp on the right hand side. Checking back in on the experience, still very even. Starting to creep ahead in the minions and mercenaries is your math teachers. And now only 200, 300 experience behind in those hero kills. And they're going to reach level 13 first here. Overall, a pretty tight macro game from both squads, not super brawly. Both teams playing carefully, making sure to only take the fights when it's worth it.
Earn my favor.
Sloth trying to keep an eye on this top boss. Inti keeping vision in that top bush as well. Coyote Stark and MZez are looking at a possible offlane push. No, it looks like they're going to head up to the objective. Inti in a bit of trouble here, does manage to get away. The Phoenix will not convert that kill. Rich Rhythm going for a gank onto the enemy tank. Looks like Inti does not have the tap available just yet. Curse is spawning, and it's going to be a full 5v5 fight here. Matt 407 is caught by Coyote Stark in the front line. There's the Void Prison. Drops it for the Apocalypse. Inti flipping Blitz onto the back line. Greymane is going to be first to fall. The Divine Reckoning onto the members of your math teachers. The counter kill onto Zeratul is there. Real Rad Dad is picked up by Diablo, though. This could be big trouble as Kael'thas goes down. Rikahime getting stunned by a Nubrak. It's a 2 for 2, but there goes Whitemane. That's 3 kills for your math teachers. Blitz manages to get through the wall, but Sloth may not be so lucky. The flip from Diablo is there, and that's a 4 for 2 for your math teachers along with this curse. Towers are turned off, minions to 1 health, and your math teacher is going to be looking to claim this map, get these lanes pushed out as much as possible. Top will be going down. It looks like Matt 407 trying to save mid lane. MZez working down the bottom lane, looking for a little bit of split push there as the Zeratul. Your math teacher is rotating aggressively. Inti sees the backline, gets the stun onto Whitemane. There's the cursed bullet. These towers are not firing, so Matt 407 is going to have to make a quick retreat. Looks like your math teachers want to focus down this fort. They've still got 25 seconds on this curse. MZez did pick up the bottom lane fort as well, so it's going to be a triple fort play for your math teachers. That's going to give them a big trickle experience advantage as they head towards level 20. With only 10 seconds on this curse, your math teachers are going to retreat back to this bottom left boss. With these lanes pushed in, there's not a whole lot that Witch Rhythm can do about it. Blitz keeping an eye on the top right boss. We'll see whether they can pick this up in response. So your math teacher's already down to 20% health on this boss. It looks like Witch Rhythm is going to start this up. With Greymane here, they should be fast enough. But your math teachers, they're going to make it interesting. The boss is on its way down the mid lane. This boss is only at half health. I don't think they've got the burn. Inti is coming in, will be spotted by Blitz. There's the flip and stun. Tastar puts up the wall. Inti needs to be able to move forward onto this point. And there they are, the Void Prison in the back line. It looks like your math teachers may be going for a big steal here. Blitz is onto the point. Your math teachers, it's going to be contested. Anumbrak's going to go down. Matt cannot get onto the point fast enough. The slam from the boss finishing off Greymane. Real Rad Dad getting hit with the tip of that shock ray. Rikihime's on the chase. Gets the bite kill. That's 4 kills for your math teachers. And they're going to be pushing down the top lane with this boss. Bottom lane boss is still above half health. It's going to be on the bottom keep. MZez working on the split push in the middle lane, but with 4 dead, Whitemane just has to wait for the rest of the team. Still another 10 seconds till they're close to full strength as we see top keep is down, and it looks like your math teachers is going for the core. Top boss is already on top of the core. Bottom boss has cleared the keep and will be marching towards the core as well. It's a double boss push, and your math teacher's just too much damage. Picks up game number 1. GG. All right, post-game here. Your math teachers. Decisive game 1 victory. Absolutely controlling the map macro. Getting the good boss play there before level 10. Got the fights that they wanted and ultimately took the advantage and pushed straight to core in a 13-minute victory. Very nicely done. Sonya actually leading the way on the hero damage in that off lane, nearly 30,000 in that very short game, and Greymane on top for Witch Rhythm, though the damage was pretty even throughout the whole team there, but coming in first at 23k. Take a quick look at the talents, and then we're going to set up for game number 2. All right, game number 1 is in the books. Your math teachers strike first with a quick win on Cursed Hollow. Can they close out this series, or can Witch Rhythm bring it back? We're going to be going to the break, and when we come back, it'll be game 2. Don't go far. All right, game number 2 ready to go. Late to get into the lobby, quick to start it up. These teams are rip-rearing and ready to go. I'll remind you of the map situation real quick, and then we'll jump into this draft. Battlefield of Eternity, Braxis Holdout, Volskaya Foundry, and Alterac Pass are banned away for this series. Your math teachers picking up the first win on Cursed Hollow, and now they are taking us to Dragonshire, where Witch Rhythm has pick number 1. Let's go check it out and see how this draft unfolds. Witch Rhythm are first to act here. Dragonshire, definitely a map that favors rotations, that favors multiple points of conflict. So we might see some brawling type heroes coming out here. See what Witch Rhythm doesn't want to face. Once again, not interested in seeing Imperius on the battlefield. Snap ETC ban coming in from your math teachers as well. See if Rexar makes it through the draft. Rexar, when you think of Rexar, you think of 2 maps. You think of Dragonshire, and you think of Braxis Holdout. But it'll come down to whether one of these teams has a Rexar player. And with Yrel still doing fine, Yrel can, it's a harder matchup for Yrel to take on Rexar, but it's definitely doable. Witch Rhythm, once again, just going to take out Malfurion. Not interested in seeing the Tree Prophet. It is going to be a Rexar ban from your math teachers. So we won't see the half-ogre today. Sad. Always cheer for Misha. Gotta cheer for Misha. Matt407 is going to take away that Tassadar from Kuzan. So the wave clear and the walls will be on the side of Witch Rhythm for this next game. Diablo still available. Inti did snap that up quite early in last draft. We'll see what they want to put in here. Inti gonna go ahead and grab the Greymane, and Rikahime is playing Ana. Interesting to see Inti flipping around a little bit there on the roll. Interested to see whether that gets switched up at the end here. Could be not. Some players, some teams just like to, flex around. They like to play some tanks, someone likes to play other tanks. Witch Rhythm is going to go ahead and take the Diablo and the Rhaegar. They said, nice comp you had over there. I don't mind if I do. Looking like a bloodlust. Blitz on Diablo. Perfect. Well, Vala was the ban as they decided that Raynor is more of a threat. Raynor fits very, very well into that comp as well. So they're going to take out the Terran. Witch Rhythm sees Greymane Ana staring down. So far, interesting to see Mei completely unpicked and uncontested. I'm interested. I want to see Mei picked on the side of your math teachers here. I feel like Mei has some good properties versus the Bloodlust comp. Gaul banned away. Not interested in seeing a nano-boosted Joe Gaul, which, you know, I can't blame him. Just wanting to take any funny business off the board here is Witch Rhythm. The next two picks coming in for your math teachers. They need a tank. They need an offlaner. MZez is going to lock in that last DPS pick with the Li Ming, and Kuzan is going to play the Johanna this time. So we've got a double reset comp. You know, that's kind of an old thing to say, because when you think of double reset, that's back, you know, a couple years ago when Greymanes were only going for Go for the Throat. But it's so common to see Cursed Bullet now that it's probably just a single reset comp. Witch Rhythm got their last two picks in the hopper. Let's see what they're thinking. Real Rad Dad is going to grab the Cassia and Zloth on the Urel. The next best thing there in that top lane, at least in my opinion. And with all this going on, it's, you know, I'm surprised Cassia went unpicked for so long. I mean, she did receive another round of nerfs to that Surge of Light, but still just, you know, great hero. How you doing today, Valkymer? Glad you could join me today as Coyote Stark thinking about who is going to battle versus Urel in that top lane. It is going to be Zool from Coyote Stark, looking to overwhelm with Wave Clear to control that top pad. Oh, they switched on me. I knew they were going to do it. Inti taking the Johanna. And Kuzan taking the Greymane. I caught ya. Alright, your math teacher's going for the 2-0 domination. Witch Rhythm looking to even up this series. Hold on to your hats, because here we go. Alrighty, thinking you can slip a hero swap by me. On the left in the blue is your math teachers. With MZez on the Li Ming. Coyote Stark playing Zool. Rikahime on the Ana. Inti playing the Johanna. And Kuzan on the Greymane. On the right in the red, we have Witch Rhythm with Real Rad Dad playing Cassia, Matt 407 on the Tassadar, Blitz playing Diablo, Zloth on the Urel, and Tutimos on the Rhaegar.
Fight well, heroes.
Here we go. Game number 1 is done, because this is game number 2 that we have on the way. No questing talents chosen on the side of your math teachers. Tassadar looking to stack up those Qs for Witch Rhythm. Rikahime, sad that the Gaul got banned. Aren't we all? Aren't we all looking for a little more Gaul in our lives? So we're going to be heading up to the top lane, cover off that soak. So we see a safe rotation coming out from Witch Rhythm. While your math teacher's taking the triangle. As Blitz trying to control these rotations a little bit. Could be in a little bit of trouble here as Kuzan's on the chase. There's the sleep dart from Ana. I'm not sure there's enough here. Blitz uses the shadow charge. 13 health. Not enough. Diablo falls first blood for your math teachers. Zool already working on the double soak here as we see your math teacher's going to go ahead and start up this siege camp. Tutimos working on the right as well, so some more crisp macro timing coming out from these teams. NT looking to control the vision. Your math teachers will be finishing up this camp first. Interested to see whether they go for the invade or whether they head back to lane here. Blitz is back on the field. Tunimos is still working on that camp as I disconnect like a fool. Hopefully there's nothing interesting happening right now. Looks like Diablo did manage to get away. No camp invade was had. Inti moving forward onto the members of Witch Rhythm. Uses the Iron Skin. So Inti now being body blocked, the Gladiator's Medallion to keep speed, and it looks like Johanna will march on out of there. Your math teachers, Anna and Greymane, working on this left side bruiser camp. The two shrines are up, and Inti is actually taken out. A very nice wall there from Matt 407. You can't Iron Skin through that. And is now 1-1 on the hero kills. Left side bruiser camp taken by your math teachers, but neutral bruiser camp now being worked on by Witch Rhythm with their one hero advantage. Zloth is going to have to be a little bit careful here. Urel's wave clear is good, but it's not quickly clear a bruiser camp good. So Coyote Stark probably going to be controlling this top lane for some time. Ana actually taken out in the bottom lane as I prattle on about top lane matchups. So that means Witch Rhythm has the opportunity to use this neutral bruiser camp to push down the bottom fort. Mzez on that Li Ming trying to get as much XP in the mid lane as possible. Inti back on the field. Looks like this minion wave will be clearing up the entire bottom wall of your math teachers. Li Ming working versus Tassadar in the bottom lane. Tassadar looking for a rotation onto Zul, actually. Looks like Coyote Stark does manage to mount and head around the right side. Inti looking to control the bottom lane for your math teachers. Blitz waiting for the crew to come on and help out. Tassadar did peel away and is going to start helping out Rhaegar with this right side camp. With them on the camp, it looks like Mzez may be picking up a Dragon Knight here. Oh, actually, Zloth manages to take the top lane back. Root is there, so no Hand of Freedom to get out of that just yet. Zloth just looking to control that point. Mzez looking to interrupt any channels. Both teams very even on experience so far as our teams are starting to collapse towards the top lane. Mercenaries and hero kills on the side of Witch Rhythm. So it looks like we may have another gank attempt here from Blitz. But it is the minion experience that's keeping your math teachers in this game. Coyote Stark could be the target of a gank here. Manages to get behind that wall. Sloth trying to push back hard as the bottom lane looks like everything's okay there for now. Not sure where to look. Sloth pushing back the members of your math teachers, and we have a possible channel here. Inti coming up will have the shield glare. Has one interrupt. Tassadar looking for the cap, but here comes Li Ming for the next interrupt. Oh, that's a big chunk of damage onto the Tassadar. Sloth continuing to hold this point versus Coyote Stark. The rest of Witch Rhythm keeping Rikahime off this bottom point. But Inti and Mzez warding away the members of Witch Rhythm from that middle cap for now. Inti walking into a bit of a trap here, gonna get body blocked. The sleep by Ana, trying to create space for Inti. It's 3 versus 2 down here in the bottom lane. Witch Rhythm gonna have to be a little bit careful. Tudimos looking to take this siege camp to create some more pressure in this lane, and actually, your math teachers have the double cap right now. Inti trying to stay on this point to allow Mzez to move onto the dragon. Looks like Blitz has to pop the medallion to get away, and that's going to be a Dragon Knight coming in for your math teachers. Very nice point control there. Inti doing a great job of staying on that point. The rest of your math teachers going to work to clear this bottom lane. Tudimos and Matt 407 trying to clear out this dragon in the mid lane as it's taken out the mid wall and is going to start smacking down this fort. Though already at half health and surrounded by enemies, Mzez is going to have to be a little bit careful here. Starts backing out. I wonder if it's a little bit too late though. Oh, looks like he's made it to the half point line. That's going to be... Li Ming should be fine here. He gets the blink. Blitz won't find the flip. And that's going to be your math teachers with the level 10s. But Witch Rhythm not that far behind. It's going to be Disintegration Beam for Li Ming. Nano Boost from Ana. Skeletal Mages, Cursed Bullet, and Blessed Shield. On the side of Witch Rhythm, actually, it looks like they're going for a camp invade here, looking for a big fight. Diablo on top of the point. Here comes Matt 407. Trying to make it a 4v4. Everyone is on the point. There is the Ancestral onto Blitz. Greymane will be the first to fall here. Johanna killed as well. That's 2 kills for Witch Rhythm. Rikahime gonna peel on out of there. And that's a successful camp invasion for Witch Rhythm. I was taking a look at the heroics of Witch Rhythm. It's the Ardent Defender, the Archon, the Ancestral Healing that we saw in that fight. Ball Lightning and Apocalypse. Stretch Your Hips has been called in the chat. Thank you very much, Arthanow. I'll be stretching them out after this game. Sloth and Coyote Stark back in their ceaseless battle in the top lane. The rest of Witch Rhythm working on this neutral bruiser camp once again. Really softening up this bottom lane. Greymane in the mid, trying to catch up on the experience. The rest of Witch Rhythm doing a 4-player push here in the bottom lane. There's a quick Iron Skin coming out for Minty, just in case. Bruiser camp moving on to this bottom fort, and the 4-player defense is here. It's Kuzan joining from the mid lane. Looks like Witch Rhythm will back off, satisfied with their push. Shrine's up in 15 seconds. Yrel doing a lot of work in the top lane as Zool had to back there. So this top wall is gone. Still part of one tower left for Yrel. Both teams going to be working on their bruiser camps now. Witch Rhythm on the right, your math teachers on the left. Trying to help control that top lane. As we see Coyote Stark looking to rotate. This is a possible gank onto Zool here. Nice double stun coming out from Witch Rhythm, and they've got the... Oh, Coyote Stark actually squeezing on through that body block, but just too much damage. Zool going down in the top lane as these bruiser camps go head to head. Inti and Matt 407 brawling over the bottom lane. The rest of the teams, this engage is still going here. Even without Zool, it's a 4v3 push. This bruiser camp will be pushing onto this top fort. Level 13 here as well for Witch Rhythm. Your math teacher is going to have to be cognizant of that disadvantage and just poke from afar here. Sloth goes right onto Kuzan, gets the slow, but looks like Greymane will wiggle on out of there. Tudimos taking a curse bullet, will have to back on up. Inti controlling that mid lane on Johanna, making sure that there's no cap. Zool is back on the field. It looks like Witch Rhythm is rotating aggressively towards the middle lane. See if they can pick up a Dragon Knight here. Nobody in the bottom lane yet for your math teachers. It looks like... Oh no, they're thinking about it. Tudimos, oh, the Blessed Shield is out. This is the engage that your math teachers wanted. The Ancestral onto Tassadar is good. Anna's going to be the first to go down. Inti gets blocked by the Force Wall. Looks like Johanna will escape down the mid lane channel. And Witch Rhythm, with their 1 kill, picks up the 2nd Dragon Knight of the game. Greymane and Zool could not push Yrel off the top pad. And here comes the dragon for Witch Rhythm. Dragon Knight going to be rotating down to the bottom lane. Fort already taken out here. So could they be looking for a keep wall play? Lane not quite caught up here as we see Inti, Kuzan, and MZez clearing out this wave. Blitz going straight onto Kuzan. Oh, a great medallion saving Greymane from the flip of Blitz. Big slows coming out from MZez on that disintegration beam. Coyote Stark looking to flank with the mages. Dragon Knight gets the kick onto Li Ming, but doesn't send him too far. Blitz trying to get the flip onto the back line. Diablo's going to go down, but Li Ming killed in response. We're on a 4v4 here with Cassia still stuck in this Dragon Knight. Kuzan almost killed by the kick of Real Rad Dad. Oh, a great wall stops the Condemned from catching Cassia. Meanwhile, Sloth has just been pushing mid lane, manages to take out that well. And now, both teams going to be working on their camps. Blitz looking for another possible invade here. Witch Rhythm, this went well for him last time. Let's see if they can ward away the members of your math teachers. Li Ming just now getting back onto the field. Tassadar a little bit behind as well. We'll see whether they want to go in here. Looks like they want to wait for Tassadar, but that means Li Ming will be back as well. This could be the next point of contention. Witch Rhythm commits to the point. They will cap the siege camp. Blitz is all the way in the back line, using that Apocalypse. Catches Anna. Inti possibly going down in the back line. There goes Johanna. Coyote Stark is slowed, being targeted by the Archon. Less than 400 health. There's the shock ray. Zul is going to go down here. Another 2 kills for Witch Rhythm, and they've got this siege camp pushing down the bottom lane. They've got a double stack of these minions. This is going to be pushing real hard here. Level 16 to 15 for Witch Rhythm. This may be a push. This is definitely a push for the keep. They'll see how much further they can go here. Level 15 only for your math teachers. 10 seconds till Zul's back on the field. And the siege damage just relentless from these 4 siege giants. Keep is gone. Witch Rhythm is going to back off. They're not going to push their luck here. As these shrines are coming up, it looks like they're going to be rotating down to this bottom bruiser camp. As Yrel looking to clear the mid lane and move on up to the top. Your math teachers are back at full strength. Zul back to the top lane. The rest of the squad keeping an eye on the bushes, looking for level 16 before the next engagement. Blitz keeping an eye on the middle.
Take hold of the shrine.
Real Rad Dad and Tutimos looking to move to the right side bruiser camp. So we see Matt 407 capping the bottom shrine. Yrel capping the top. Could this be a quick cap here for Witch Rhythm? Blitz looking to channel. Kuzan will not be there in time, and that's a quick Dragon Knight for Witch Rhythm. They do still have the bruiser camp in the bottom lane. Are they going to go straight core, or are they going to push middle? It looks like the Dragon Knight is considering the options. They're going to start with this mid fort. But the full defense is here. Zul is clearing away that bruiser camp in the bottom lane. An early wall means Inti is going to be able to start walking on out of here. Quick heals from Ana. Rikihime keeping Inti nice and healthy. It looks like Witch Rhythm are going to have to settle for this mid-keep wall. Yrel coming in for the assist, so it's going to be a full fight here. Zul's still in the bottom lane. Inti is blasted away once again by the Dragon Knight, but still very low health. They may be able to poke down this well, but that's going to be about it here. There's another kick. This time Zul sent to the top lane. Diablo will be popping out of that Dragon Knight. Oh, the Sleep Dart actually landing on Diablo just as he comes out of there. The debilitating dart keeping Diablo slow. There's the wall, but unfortunately stopping Blitz. The Cursed Bullet as well. Sloth jumping on in on Yrel just in case, trying to dissuade the members of your math teachers. But we're now looking at a nearly 3-level advantage for Witch Rhythm. Looking to gank in this bush. Blitz trying to get at his tight there. Your math teachers will not rotate aggressively. They've got the level 17. They're going to go ahead and start clearing this top lane. Kuzan starting up the siege camp. Oh no, commits there. Blitz gets the flip. The domination charge back. Greymane is taken out. Aggressive play by Kuzan punished by Witch Rhythm, and now they're going to start pushing down the bottom lane. They've got a couple of catapults here. Got a 5v4 push. This is difficult because this core is so close to that mid-keep. They've got 2 siege giants, they've got 2 catapults. Let's see what Witch Rhythm wants to do here. Are they going to push straight for core? Or are they going to go for the keep? Blitz? Maybe they're just going to look for the kill here. Stunned by the core is Diablo. Inti gathering up this wave. There's the skeletal mages. Diablo very, very low here. Blitz going to have to be careful. Oh, the Ancestral lands, but will it be enough? No, Diablo's going to go down. So is Cassia. Perhaps a misplay here as we're going to see Matt 407 taken out as well. Witch Rhythm. 2 kills here. Diablo back on the field with those souls. Here comes Greymane. Sloth trying to secure the retreat, and Witch Rhythm couldn't really decide on what they wanted to do there. Blitz going to have to regain those souls here, and that's a lot of caught up XP for your math teachers as they now crest level 19. These lanes still have to be evened out, but your math teachers with Zul are going to make short work of these waves. Bottom shrine will be cleaned by Witch Rhythm. Your math teachers will have control over the top lane. So we see Kuzan picking up that channel there, and now the dance begins. Witch Rhythm going to have to think about taking a fight soon, as your math teachers is down their level 20s right now. Inti and Mzez showing mid lane. Witch Rhythm considering their next play. Here comes Inti. Blizz gets the dismount. Cassia and Tassadar did have to back. That gives your math teachers a little more time to find level 20. Zul coming on down as well. Your math teachers, oh, they might be taking this fight a little bit too early here as Inti is contesting this shrine. Li Ming going on back to try to get the minion wave cleared up, and it looks like level 20 will be taken by your math teachers. There it is. They're now on even footing. Blitz going for a domination pickup. Will not find it. So here we go. 20 versus 20. The next team fight will definitely be game for Witch Rhythm, but they still have all 6 of their structures. So your math teachers are going to have to win more than one here if they want to take this game. Cassia moving up to the Bruiser camp. It looks like Witch Rhythm going to give the bottom altar for now. Sloth heading up to the top lane. Blitz trying to interrupt the rotations of your math teachers who aren't interested in rotating. They're just going to push bottom lane, try to open up a win condition for themselves. Bruisers will be pushing the top lane for Witch Rhythm, but this fort going down almost for free here. You do have 4 on the defense here coming out. There's the flip pulling into the back line. You having to use that Iron Skin to walk away. Blitz could be in some trouble here. Uses the medallion to get away from the root of Zool, but will not stop the Blessed Shield. Diablo's gonna go down here. The Dying Breath. Oh, Inti's taking tower fire. Johanna still very low. Sloth. Oh, Sloth converts the kill onto Johanna. Witch Rhythm picking up the kill onto the enemy tank, and now we are tankless 4v4. Witch Rhythm is on the chase. Sloth trying to get a jump onto Rikahime. There's a wall, and Anna's gonna go down here. Emza looking for some resets, but will not find them. The root onto Tudimos is good, but the Ancestral lands. That's 3 dead for your math teachers. Sloth gonna take out Greymane as well. And Li Ming, the only one left. Witch Rhythm, they gotta be thinking about core here. Real Rad Dad is still working on this Bruiser camp. Urel is splitting. Oh no, Witch Rhythm. Without Diablo, they're Tudimos and Matt407 thinking about the core. Oh, they're gonna grab this dragon. Okay. Okay, I guess that's alright. I feel like they could have just marched on to core, but having the dragon at 18 minutes will certainly help. We see 3 members. Johanna will be back on the field, but still 30 seconds till Greymane, 20 till Anna and Zool. Dragon gonna be marching right on past that mid-keep. Shielding is gone, and it looks like Witch Rhythm gonna be taking this game number 2 unless MZez can pull something out of the bag here. Nope, Dragon just too healthy. Here comes Blitz, and this core is gonna be going down. Witch Rhythm evening up the score 1-1 in this series. GG. Alrighty, loading these stats in here. MZez cleaning up on the hero damage for your math teachers. 77,000 hero damage. Real Rad Dad on the Cassia leading the way for Witch Rhythm at the 58k. Witch Rhythm really sort of controlling the pace through the game there. A couple of indecisive moments. Your math teachers managed to turn things around on, but ultimately, great macro pressure, great comp. Getting the kills where they needed to, pick up the win in game number 2. Another quick look at the talent screen before we get ready for the break. All right, team. Game number 2 is in the books. We're going to be setting up for game number 3 between your math teachers and Witch Rhythm. But before we go to break, I owe Arthanow some hip stretches. So let's get into that right now. There we go. Unfortunately, I don't have the stretch cam, but you'll have to take my word for it. Oh, there we go. If you're like me, and you sit for recreation, and you sit for work, your hips are probably pretty dang tight. Oh. Nice little 10-minute stretch, or 10-second stretch, 15-second stretch on each side will really help you feel good. Improve that circulation. Help you stay healthy out there. Oh, there we go. Good stretch. Oh, I haven't been able to do that in a while. There you go. That one's for you, Arthanow. Gonna go to a short break. Get set up for game number 3, the rubber match. Your math teachers versus... Man, I just can't do it with the names today. Your math teachers versus Witch Rhythm. Don't go far. We'll be on game number 3 soon. Welcome back to this series between your math teachers and Witch Rhythm. We are 1-1, and we're getting set up for game number 3. It's like our teams are not as quickly ready to go as I expected. I was trying to jump on top of them this time, so let me go ahead and update my map screen. Had the wind there. There we go. Which team is first pick? Lovely. All right. Getting that all set up for now. Hope everyone in chat is having a nice day today. This very early game for the Nexus Gaming series. I saw this one on, I want to say Friday. I noticed that this one was on the schedule. I wasn't planning to do a Sunday game. But then 5 p.m. I was like, no, I'm available. Might as well jump on that one. So I got to do, man, I think it's been 6 series this week. Almost 7 if you include the XGDI. My goodness. All right, they're firing it up. Let's head over to the map screen. Let you know what the situation is. Battlefield of Eternity, Braxis Holdout, Volskaya Foundry, and Alterac Pass have been banned away for this series. Your math teachers picking up the first map win on Cursed Hollow, Witch Rhythm striking back on Dragonshire, and now it is Witch Rhythm taking us to Tomb of the Spider Queen. Let's jump into draft and see how we do. Diablo banned away by your math teachers. Not interested in playing them or seeing them at all here on Tomb. And Witch Rhythm are next to act. It's gonna be Imperious banned once again. I think there were some people I didn't call out earlier. CCS Heroes 22 Lamort, with or without balls. Thank you very much for the follows today. Glad you're having a good time. Glad you're enjoying some NGS action. So we see your math teachers are going to ban away Tassadar. So definitely some strong reactive drafting coming out from both of our teams here. Keeping an eye on what the enemy team wants to do, trying to deny them the opportunity. Will it be a Malfurion ban once again by Witch Rhythm? Nope, they're going to take away ETC, so your math teachers... They left the ETC open. They decided to ban the Diablo instead. We'll see whether they want to snap up that Malfurion or whether it's just not that high a priority for them. But first pick opportunity is theirs. Inti gonna grab the Johanna. Probably a higher priority pick than the Malfurion, I would say, here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Johanna's still the queen of wave clear when it comes to tanking, though I think all we gotta do is keep making them buff Stitches. Stitches best tank, right? I want to see more Stitches in my games. More Stitches. More buffs. Stitches hungry. It's gonna be Rhaegar and Greymane once again. Coming out from Witch Rhythm. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's gonna be real Rad Dad on the Greymane this time rather than the Cassia. And Rhaegar once again taken by Tudimos. AKA Sasha. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Your math teacher's thinking about what they want to pair alongside this Johanna. The Bloodlust opportunity is now on the side of Witch Rhythm. It is going to be Deckard coming out for Rikahime. And Emza is going to grab up the Kael'thas. So that's a whole lot of wave clear. That's a whole Costco skid size wave clear coming in for your math teachers. We'll really be controlling these rotations well. With that in mind, Witch Rhythm thinking about their next ban. It's going to be another DPS, another offlaner to worry about. Let's see what's on the top of their ban list. It's going to be Cassia. They've taken the Greymane, not interested in putting Cassia in the hands of your math teachers. Cassia Kael'thas, an absolutely high-powered DPS combo. And with the wave clear already taken care of, Cassia can just work on those flanks. Definitely a good ban there. Taking a look at your math teachers, we've got a possible Bloodlust brewing, but they've already got the Johanna locked down and the Tassadar banned away, so we'll see what they want to ban here. going to be Garrosh. Tomb of the Spider Queen, a particularly small map. Definitely one that Garrosh has room to work with, can skulk around those corners, work those angles. You're not going to be running across a wide open field there on Tomb of the Spider Queen. I was going to say Towers of Doom. You really are running across a big wide open field. A Tomb of the Spider Queen, Garrosh can definitely work those angles. Witch Rhythm, with their next two picks here, are they going to keep going down the Bloodlust road, or do they have something else in mind? It's going to be Anubarak and Yrel coming out for Blitz and Zloth. So going back to the Anubarak, there is Blitz. A quick pickup of Raynor by your math teachers. Taking that option away from Witch Rhythm. So now they need an offlaner. Coyote Stark thinking about what he wants to throw at that Yrel. Will it be the Zool once again? No, going back to the Sonya. Sonya Yrel, definitely an interesting matchup. Very high regen on both heroes. Though Sonya without the mana does do pretty well over time. Yrel's going to have to be studious and very alert in hitting those stuns when Sonya starts to spin. Matt 407 looking to round out the DPS here for Witch Rhythm. Let's see what it's going to be. It's going to be a Chromie. Chromie still very powerful here on Tomb of the Spider Queen, can take advantage of those shortened lanes to just stay out of trouble and rain down pain with those Sandblasts and Dragon's Breaths. Alrighty, game number 3. The series will be decided here. It is your math teachers versus Witch Rhythm. Let's see who takes it. Here we go. Alrighty, game number 3 loading on in. On the left in the blue, once again, is your math teachers with Rikahime playing the Deckard, Kuzan on the Raynor, Emzez on the Kael'thas, Inti playing Johanna, and Coyote Stark on the Sonya. On the right in the red, we have Witch Rhythm with Tudimos on the Rhaegar, Matt 407 playing the Chromie, Blitz on the Anubarak, Real Rad Dad on the Greymane, and Zloth on the Yrel.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go, game number 3. It's your math teachers versus Witch Rhythm. It will be the W quest for the Chromie. It's going to be the Globe quest for the Kael'thas. No other questing talents to be seen. Blitz is discovered in that top bush. We have decent wave clear on the side of Witch Rhythm, but we have overwhelming wave clear on the side of your math teachers. We'll see who can control these rotations, as we see the wave already melted away by YMT. Sonya actually going to the top lane for now. Yrel choosing the bottom lane. We'll see whether Coyote Stark rotates down or if there's going to be a different sort of rotation. Looks like Sonya will be headed to that bottom lane. Tudimos trying to grab these gems, is being forced out by Kael'thas. Inti trying to interrupt the rotations of Witch Rhythm. Couple of stacks there for Matt 407. Condemn cannot catch the Chromie. Anubarak going in, finds the stun onto Raynor, but the follow-up stun will not be there. The pushback good from Kuzan. So far, the interruption or the rotations here from both squads have not been uninterrupted on either side. I was expecting your math teachers to come in with a much smoother rotation here, but Witch Rhythm doing a great job of interrupting that, and on the other side as well, Inti with those shield glares controlling the space, making sure that Witch Rhythm can't just walk between bottom and top as well. Witch Rhythm gonna go ahead and start up this Bruiser camp early, trying to get that pushing in the mid lane. Checking in on the bottom lane, it looks like the wave clear from Coyote Stark is doing well so far, but here comes the rest of the squad. Sloth's gonna have to be careful. Uses the medallion, but possibly a little bit early. The double stun follow-up Here comes the heal, but that's not going to be enough. Yrel going down first blood in the bottom lane. Kuzan working on this bruiser camp. Rikahime going to come on in to help out. Both teams on even spider butts so far. Working to clear away this early bruiser camp is your math teachers. Real Rad Dad taking the opportunity to head down to this neutral camp. Tudimos going to keep an eye on the wave here. Bruiser camp is picked up by your math teachers. They're going to be rotating mid. Sonya coming on down to the bottom. I don't know if he's going to check. There he goes. He sees Real Rad Dad. Sonya's on the point. Tudimos going to have to be careful. Oh, he didn't come on down. I was expecting Greymane to commit to that point. But Sonya just strolls in and gets the free steal. Meanwhile, Matt407 trying to rotate versus Inti in the top lane. Now it is Witch Rhythm's turn to try to clear out this bruiser camp as we look at another possible gank attempt. Sloth going to be just fine here, looking to clear this wave. Here comes the rest of your math teachers. We're going to have a 4v2 down in the bottom lane. Witch Rhythm going to have to rotate on through. Here comes Anubarak. Rhaegar going the safe way. Here comes Blitz around the edges. Still Chromie versus Johanna. Johanna definitely on the advantage there, as Chromie gonna be pretty reticent to step out in lane to try to collect those objective pieces. Blitz going for the interrupt here. Your math teachers have managed to turn in 29 so far. Taking a look at that experience. Witch Rhythm ahead on the minion soak. But making up for that in the hero kills and mercenaries is your math teachers, as we see Emzez and Inti trying to turn in their gems. But here's where Chromie is so lethal. Interrupts for days. Blitz is stunned out by Johanna. Real Rad Dad trying to get some damage onto Kuzan. Emzez and Kuzan being bopped around a little bit by Yrel in the back line. Level 7 is here for your math teachers, but Witch Rhythm just needs one more wave and will be there themselves. Level 7s are here for both teams. Both controlling this top lane. Blitz going for the stun, not quite finding it. Is rooted by Decker. That's a big follow-up onto Blitz, but the spell armor going to allow Anubarak to get away. Your math teacher's controlling this space for now. Chromie running a little low on mana here. Gonna have to go tap soon. Looks like your math teachers are going to give up this top point, try to turn in down below. Blitz with the stun on the rotation here. Looking for a turn-in of their own, though, is Witch Rhythm. Real Rad Dad going to turn in the 17 there. They still need 3 more. Unfortunately, all of the rest of their gems are on Anubarak, who has to take the cleanse to get on out of there. Sloth using that jump to get over the wall. Emzez does manage to convert the turn-in, and your math teachers get the first Webweaver wave of the game. See how much damage they can do with this first wave. It really comes down to whether Witch Rhythm can move on past this wave and push back the members of your math teachers. The ranged wave clear from Chromie is going to make this push a little bit difficult. We do see Coyote Stark trying to catch up this wave in the top lane. Sloth is ready to meet this objective in the bottom lane. Kuzan already working down that wall, taking one tower. Emzez working on the top tower as well. Sonya has gone down to match Yrel in the bottom lane. Real Rad Dad trying to juke around the stun of Kael'thas, as we see. Oh, Inti's going right in there. Is going to start taking these fort shots. Blitz getting slowed down. Oh, the cleanse is good, and Blitz will get on out of there. Chromie starting to throw out those W's once again. It looks like your math teachers are going to pick up this mid-fort. Very important pickup here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Getting positive pressure in that mid lane gives you access to both turn-in points. As we see, bottom lane wall has been taken, top lane wall essentially taken. So pretty good first push there from your math teachers. Usually you don't get a whole lot done with Webweaver number 1. Getting some good damage here, and it looks like they're going to be pushing down the bottom lane while Witch Rhythm works on this bruiser camp. Level 10s are here. Oh, a nice Iron Skin from Johanna, avoiding that Burrow Charge knockup. They do have the level 10s, though. All 5 are in the bottom lane. It looks like Inti wants Blitz. still holding the majority of the gems here. Looks like we are going to have a red Web Weaver wave converted by Urel, but your math teachers are taking this bottom fort. Take a look at the heroic choices. We do have the Stay a While and Listen from Deckard, Hyperion coming out from Raynor, Pyroblast chosen by Kael'thas, looking to execute that one target. Wrath of the Berserker and Blessed Shield as well. There's the Temporal Loop onto Coyote Stark, using that Gladiator's Medallion to avoid the stun from Blitz. And Inti is on the chase here. Blessed Shield is out. The Deckard stun will not connect. Neither will the Stay a While and Listen. So Witch Rhythm squeezing on by and staying alive. We'll see whether they can get some counter pressure here as the red Web Weavers are barreling down the lanes. Coyote Stark avoiding the gank for now. Healing on up with those Deckard potions. Blitz receiving the Ancestral Healing. And Witch Rhythm's going to have to back off here. Or will they? Sloth going in again. Alright, I think they're leaving. Trying to put out those W's onto Kael'thas. Every time I think they're done, they just keep on going. Kael'thas with another great medallion there. Blitz in a lot of trouble, and Nubarak's going to go down here. Chromie finishing up that W quest. And now it's your math teachers. Oh, another fantastic cleanse as the Unstoppables have been on point. At 407 using the time trap to save. Oh, Sloth a little bit too late. The Ardent Defender running out, and Urel is going to go down there. Very nicely timed by Emzez. We're halfway through level 11, and I finally get to talk about the heroics on the side of Witch Rhythm. We have the Cursed Bullet, Cocoon, Temporal Loop that we saw there from Chromie, Ardent Defender, and Ancestral Healing. As with Urel off the field, it looks like your math teachers once again making an aggressive boss play. Kael'thas currently in the bottom lane here. I don't think Real Rad Dad has seen this push in the top lane. Kael'thas showing mid. Witch Rhythm is rotating down to the mid lane, and it looks like Inti's going to have to step onto this point in a moment. Coyote Stark running over those Deckard potions. Witch Rhythm taking the opportunity to get those gems turned in, and they're going to start pushing down the bottom lane. Sloth jumps on it, Mario Bros style, picking up the bottom fort. But that's a boss coming in for your math teachers, and that's going to be going straight onto the top fort. Emzez with those 28 gems trying to turn in. Blitz trying for the interrupt, will be successful. Lands the Q. Still has the burrow charge, going to use that to get on out of there. But the follow-up Blessed Shield with the stun available. Blitz is going to be going down here. The Ancestral Healing will not land. Inti going to have to try to shed the tower aggro. Kuzan getting knocked away by Sloth. Chromie just lobbing in bombs from the mid lane there. Top fort is taken out by the boss, and it's going to be marching onto the keep wall. With the Nubarak down, your math teachers have the level 13 advantage, and they're going to be pushing in hard. Sloth doing their best to push back your math teachers here. Real Rad Dad throwing in those cocktails. Boss still at about 10% health here as it grabs the keep well. Kuzan taking some big damage with a nice knockback into the boss stun. He uses the Ardent Defender, receives the Ancestral Healing, and Urel still healthy. The Temporal Loop is out. Nice Arcane Barrier by Kael'thas as the Big Sleep lands onto 4 members. Burrow Charge is there. It looks like Witch Rhythm is surviving here. Really, really nicely done by Tudimos, keeping everyone up and running for Witch Rhythm. They now have level 13. They're down a level, but they're even on the talent tiers. It looks like your math teachers will have the opportunity to turn in here as Inti puts in the last 3 coins. Real Rad Dad and crew are going to pick up this Bruiser camp while they have the opportunity. And we're going to see blue Web Weavers pushing down all 3 lanes. Bottom lane is pushed out here for Witch Rhythm, so they don't have that to deal with for some time. Chromie headed on up to the top lane to try to clear that solo. Your math teachers, 4 in the mid lane. Kael'thas trying to catch up that bottom lane. Will not be here for this defense. Looks like Emzez is coming up for this fight. And Witch Rhythm just going to rotate around to the top lane. Chromie posting up in the middle lane with those time traps. See what your math teachers wants to do here. It looks like they're going to push mid, but Chromie is putting a whole lot of early damage onto that middle objective. The top objective is blown away. There's those W's landing onto the members of your math teachers. Hyperion is committed. They want this wall. Mid-objective is cleared away. Minions almost taken out as well. Your math teacher's going to have to be careful here, as Blitz using that Burrow Charge armor to deny some of that Kael'thas damage. Not a whole lot picked up there. We'll see what they can do with this bottom wave as it's pushing into this wall. Your math teachers committing 5. Coyote start coming in as well. Kuzan peppering down that cannon tower. Decent push there. Didn't get a whole lot of damage onto those keeps, but they will have find level 16 here. So they're going to have a pretty substantial length of time where they have the Talenteer advantage over Witch Rhythm. As we see the red squad just trying to get as much experience from these lanes as possible. They do have enough for a turn-in. They do need Sloth, as Yrel is rotating around. So they're going to get some of these gems in, but not all of them. They still need another 8. Oh, a great pickup stun there by Kael'thas. Catches Blitz right at the end of that Burrow Charge, forcing out the Medallion. Cocoon committed as well. All the members of Witch Rhythm are alive, but Cocoon is down. Blessed Shield on cooldown as well. We'll see what your math teachers wants to do with this Talenteer advantage. They do have the Siege Camp pushing down the bottom lane. Looking like a possible flank attempt onto Emzez. Blitz out a little bit far here. Can Anubarak get away? It looks like your math teachers will not pursue. And now we're in a little bit of a stalemate here. With these keep walls still up, there's only so much that your math teachers can do, but it looks like Sonya and Raynor will find the kill here. That's going to really open up this space in lane. Hyperion wiping up the last little bits of that wall. Yrel looking for a possible flank here. Zloth actually rotating around looking for a quick cap on the turn-in. I don't think your math teachers is any the wiser. They're going to be coming down to the bottom lane looking at this keep. Looking for a rotation from Blitz. And Uberak playing very aggressively. Oh, the Burrow Charge just in time. Can the follow-up stun get there? No. Blitz will get away. Yrel does get the back tap turn-in. Will Hearth on out to safety. Nice cleanse there onto Kuzan. Saves Raynor from those Chromie abilities. And we're going to have red web weavers, though they're going to be stopped pretty short in these lanes. But it will allow Witch Rhythm to push these out and try to get vision back on the map. Your math teacher is going to start in the top lane, going to start cascading down, cleaning up this objective. Here comes Witch Rhythm, though. They may not be waiting. They're going to go right in there. There's the double stun onto Raynor. The big sleep from Deckard is going to get Kuzan on out of there. A great stasis keeps Matt 407 alive, but Chromie still on the retreat. Looks like Chromie's going to be fine. Pretty early Ardent Defender there from Zloth, but staying healthy. No kills on either side. Could not convert the kill there onto Kuzan. Though this chase may not be over, Inti avoiding the Dragon's Breaths, popping that unstoppable. This could be the turn here for your math teachers. Real Rad Dad trying to escape. Blitz will not be so lucky. Anubarak goes down. There's the Curse Bullet onto Coyote Stark. Kuzan still on the chase here. The Dauntless from Yrel, keeping the Draenei healthy. That's one kill for your math teachers. The bottom Web Weaver will be eventually cleaned up here as we have quite the wave build-up. But Inti will go ahead and clear that out. Taking a look at the experience, the passive experience really starting to come together here. Almost 4,000 ahead just from having that structure advantage. And another 4,000 from those hero kills. They're behind in minions, but they've made it up in so many other ways here. Your math teacher's sitting on about a level and a half lead here. Both teams working on their bruiser camps. Get that middle lane as even as possible. Here we're going to see Witch Rhythm. They're still short. 20 gems for the next turn-in. Your math teachers needs every gem they've got, and it looks like they're going to get this free turn-in down in the bottom lane. This is a great turn-in here for your math teachers, as these lanes are pushed in pretty well here. Sonya's going to be catching up the bottom lane. Your math teachers clearing out this bruiser camp in the mid. Witch Rhythm trying to bait a boss attempt, but your math teachers simply just going for the bottom lane turn-in. And here come those web weavers. Keeps were battered by the last wave. We'll see whether any keeps go down with this one. Level 20 is about to be here for your math teachers. That puts them at a significant advantage on this push. Witch Rhythm will have to be playing very, very carefully on this defense. They're down 20s. They've got the objective pushing in all 3 lanes. If they can poke in enough for this clear without getting killed, they may be able to defend core here, as mid keep is absolutely going to be going down. Top and bottom lanes are a little bit behind here. Will your math teachers commit to core, or will they rotate up to the top lane? It looks like they're going to be trying to rotate up to the top keep. Blitz trying to find Kuzan on the rotation. There it is. Finds Deckard, actually. Rikahime knocked up. There is the triple, quadruple sleep onto the members of Witch Rhythm, allowing Rikahime to get on out of there, but the Unstoppable may not be enough. Finds the potion in the back line. Sloth getting out as well. There's a Pyroblast onto Real Rad Dad. Oh, a Nubarak going down here. This could be the opening that your math teachers wanted. They've got a wave in the top lane, and they're going to be moving on to the core. Sloth trying to get on top of Raynor. Hardened Defender is out. Mzez has to use the Arcane Barrier. Matt 407 still raining down the damage, but we're at 50% on the core. That's so many minions targeting things down. Urel is taken out 20%, 15%, and your math teachers finish off Tomb of the Spider Queen and get the 2-1 series victory. GG. Alrighty. Taking a look at the final screen here. 0 kills converted by Witch Rhythm there. Your math teachers immortal through that game. There were a lot of engages back and forth, but some great saves from Deckard, Rikahime, keeping everyone nice and healthy. The shields and armor available from Raynor and Kael'thas meant that the burst damage just could not get through. Taking a look at the hero damage, Kael'thas did manage to edge out Raynor at the end there with nearly 41,000. Chromie dishing out nearly 69,000 hero damage. Almost nice. Leading the way on the siege as well, but ultimately could not find any kills, and we see your math teachers taking the series 2-1. Go ahead and take a look at the screen, and we'll see if they are interested in a winner's interview here. Go ahead and send out the whisper. All right. See if we can find ourselves an interview with your math teachers. All right, Riku, thank you very much for joining me. Congratulations on the 2-1 win there.
Thanks. It was a hard-fought victory for us.
Absolutely there. Game 1 and 2 looking a little bit more black and white there, but game 3, 0 kills there from Witch Rhythm, staying completely immortal. What did you feel like the key was to keeping everyone healthy there? Was it the Deckard potions? Was it the choice of engagements? What do you feel like went right basically the entire game there in game number 3?
I would say that we knew because they were picking a noob, there were probably going to be a lot of picks, so we were very communicative in where people were at all times on the map. The Deckard pick also helped with sustain because I feel the difference in sustain when I play Deckard compared to Ana, because Ana's really reliant on skill shots. Mm-hmm. While Deckard, I can just throw potions and yell at people if they don't pick it up because it's not my fault if I miss.
Yeah, Deckard still looking like top of the charts there, even after that Ruby nerf. Was that something that you felt in that game, or was the playstyle pretty much the same there?
I actually don't mind the Ruby nerf because I always take Sapphire level 1 anyways. So at least with the Ruby nerf cooldown, I'm not pressured to always press Ruby off cooldown with every Project Cube.
Okay.
Since that they both have like 20 seconds cooldowns or something, I can actually alternate between them, so it's not too much of a nerf for me.
All right, fantastic. Good to hear. I don't play Deckard myself, so I've got to rely on hearing from the healers. Taking a look at game number 1 for a moment, we saw some very, very tight macro coming out from you guys, along with a level 9 to 10 boss call before, I believe, the 3rd curse point there. Was there something that tipped you off on the map that gave you that opportunity, or was that more just your knowledge of the map and knowledge of where the enemy should be at that time?
Inti was the one that called it, our tank player. He saw, I think it was either Arthas that was out of position. So we made the call, so like, hey, we can probably take bots at this point. Now, it was really, really risky because once we saw that they hit level 10 and a noob was in the bush right behind us. So it was very, very close. Probably could have swung the map to their side.
Yeah, we saw it was a gutsy call. I think it was definitely the right one. Arthas was showing out of position. But you got the boss there. You managed to snowball a pretty good map advantage after that. And then the double boss play at the end. I don't get to see too many games with 2 bosses on the core there. That was definitely fun to see. But great kills there on Cursed Hollow for sure. Taking a look at Dragonshire, that one didn't go your way. Do you feel like there was something in the draft threw you guys off, or what sort of happened on Dragonshire?
So my team's gonna yell at me, but we were actually totally planning on playing Cho'Gall. I guess the end really telegraphed it.
Okay.
So yeah, and like, I guess when I'm playing healer and I pick Ana, it's very, very difficult to play Ana when there's no follow-up CC to use the sleep on.
Right.
So I couldn't make as much impact in team fights as I would have liked.
I see. I saw the Gall ban come out, and I wasn't sure whether they saw something or they just wanted to make sure there was no funny business, but that's interesting that they actually got the ban right there. Very cool. What else did I want to take a look? We saw Rhaegar in all 3 games on different sides in each one, but talking about Rhaegar's heroics right now, Bloodlust was reined back a few patches ago. We did see Ancestral a couple times today. Is Bloodlust now sort of comp dependent, situational? You can take Ancestral when you need it, or do you feel like if you're going to be taking Ancestral, you'd rather be on another healer at this point?
For me personally, I don't like Ancestral on Rhaegar because it pretty much makes it so your level 20 talent isn't, you don't really have an impactful choice there.
Okay.
Like the reason why you pick Rhaegar is because you want it for the macro advantage, and he's pretty much like the general all-purpose healer, with his his most positive benefit being that he can macro really, really well.
Right.
So
yeah.
if I wanted like pure throughput healing, I'd just rather pick Malfurion or Deckard or maybe even Anduin at this point. And Rhaegar's other strengths are in different areas, and if you just want pure throughput healing.
All right, that definitely makes sense there. I think, the last round of nerfs brought Rhaegar back down to earth. He pretty much was ubiquitous there at the end of Season 9. All right, well, once again, congratulations on your 2-1 victory. Are there any shout-outs you'd like to make before we close things up here?
I would just like to shout out the other team, because like this is our first time playing in Div C compared to Div D, I think. Yeah. Like the quality of games was a lot closer. We were definitely sweating bullets. So prop to the opponents.
Fantastic stuff. Yeah, great series back and forth there, but you guys pick up the win 2-1. And all right, well, thanks for coming on by, and good luck to you going forward.
Yeah, thanks. Good luck to you too.